Hi guys, so today we're having a look at a primer from Primark. This is the PS Skin Balm Blurring Pore Smoothener face primer. So it's got shea butter which moisturises, it's got green tea leaf extract for the antioxidant properties, so you know it's a bit of a skincare come primer. It is £4 for 15 millilitres. I'm sure it was £4, I'm sure, yeah, it's written on there. Phew. And yeah, it's just this white lotiony looking. It's obviously settled to one side of the jar for me. But yeah, I'm going to compare it to my I Heart Revolution Peach Delight primer. This is just a primer I regularly come back to, that I really like, that I'm very familiar with how it works. So I quite like comparing it to something that I'm very familiar with. The Peach Delight is £6 for 27 millilitres. So on the face of it, probably a little bit cheaper weight wise. Don't know what that'll work out as use wise because they are completely different consistencies, but they're in the same sort of price bracket, so that's why I like comparing them. So we've got an application section, we'll do a wear test, and we'll just see how it goes. Right, so I've done all the skincare, and now we're going to do primer. So, what way around do I want to do this? I'm just realising how empty this packaging is looking. Look. You see that? Like, this was fully sealed, by the way, so it's not like it's been tampered with. Okay. Anyway, let's get this on. So we'll do the right side of the face first. Primark, however you want to pronounce it. I know there's a right way. Pretty sure it's Primark. But I've always pronounced it Primark and I just can't get the habit. So this just kind of feels like a slightly thicker moisturiser rather than like what I'm used to primers feeling like. But I do tend to use a lot of silicone based primers because of oily skin. It's got a nice fresh scent. I think there's tea in it. Yeah, green tea leaf extract with antioxidant properties, which to be honest my skin needs. Look at this. Yeah, so okay, my pores do look nicer. Zoom you in because it does say it's a pore smoother. Pore smoothener. So yeah, it's definitely done something for the old pores. Then for the other side, we're just going to throw on the I Heart Revolution Peach Delight because it's a primer that I'm very familiar with. It is a silicone primer, it will mattify, it will definitely smooth out your pores a bit. And I like the smell of it. And it's got vitamin C and E, so that'll help with your skin as well. So, yeah. Just going to have a quick peek at the ingredients on this actually, because well, there is a bit of silicone in it, but it's quite far down. So, water, glycerol stearate, cetyl alcohol, glycerin, caprylic triglyceride, and then silica. So, okay, tiny bit of silicone in there. So, anyway, so foundation. Let's have a look, see how it behaves with that. So it feels very smooth, which is not that surprising given how much it felt like a moisturiser. So foundation is smoothing on top of it really nicely. And the pores are still very invisible. Just going to wipe off my lip balm before I blend it all over my face. because that would that wouldn't make for a fair test for a primer now, would it? So Primark have marketed this as a skin balm and it says face primer in small print, so it is kind of like they're playing up the skincare side over the makeup side. So I don't know how to feel about that in terms of my expectations, especially as a oily skinned person, where it's not advertised as being like a long wearing primer. Certainly it's not described that way on the on the tub. So yeah, we'll see. And then we'll quickly pop on some primer. We'll just do a quick zoom in to see how the foundation is looking. So it is looking a little bit smoother on that side compared to this one. That's interesting. It's definitely done more of the smoothing, like it said. Just going to quickly put my under eye corrector on. This is the Primark one. And then concealer, we're going to go mad as usual. This is the Shea Glam 12 Hour Full Coverage Concealer. Yeah, like I said, we're just going mad. I've got a lot of breakouts, and then there's just my usual places that I like to kind of, I don't know, just have a bit fuller coverage on anyway. Also my concealer's a little bit lighter, so gets a little bit of a highlight effect going. Right, so if anybody's wondering as well, this is the Beauty Pie Seamless Foundation Buffing Brush. I knew there was a word before foundation. Yeah, so concealer's going on exact same way as usual. Didn't think it would be any different. You know, my foundation isn't moving around as I'm trying to blend concealer on top. Just a bonus. You know, a concealer that takes away coverage wouldn't be very good, or a primer that, you know, doesn't grip and allows it to be lifted. Not good, but we're not having that problem. Can I just conceal my whole chin? I mean, technically we're still wearing masks when we go into shops, and then yes, I can conceal my whole chin. I'm wondering if that's part of my problem, whether my skin just really doesn't like wearing masks. But you know, my skin can stuff it. I'm wearing my mask. Okay. And now finally we will get this set down and see how the two sides look. Just using my RCMA powder. I know that all you regular people, a handful of regular people, know that already, but there might be newbies, so being optimistic and telling you that it's the RCMA powder. Yep, need a tiny bit more powder to get my forehead. Yeah, that's the first time in a long time that I've underestimated my powder needs. Dun dun dun. Okie doke. So it does look a little bit nicer on camera. I would say in real life, because in real life the fact that this is showing redder makes me think maybe I've not got as good coverage on this side, but I put the same products on, which is weird. I don't know. I guess we'll just start the wear test and I will make my mind up as the day goes on, because I need to go and finish the rest of my makeup now and clean off my piercings, which you'll have noticed. But it is 20 past 11, so we'll do the wear test from here and we will see how this goes. Right, back for check-in. So it is 6:30, so I've had this on for quite a while. That's over the 7-hour mark now, and both sides of my face are looking pretty good. So despite the fact that this isn't advertised as being oil control, it looks pretty good. I've got a little bit of wear on my nose, but I did have to go out earlier, so mask. So I'm blaming the mask for that one. But looking in, so this is the I Heart Revolution side. Nice, matte, foundation lasting, what I normally expect in that primer, and this is the Primark side. Slightly less matte, but not like my usual crazy shiny that it can be. Still looking nice and smooth, still good coverage. Chin is the same as the nose, it gets affected by the mask. But yeah, I don't think the oil coming through is anything particularly drastic, considering that this isn't advertised as an oil control product. So it is a product with moisturising ingredients, so that can help balance out oiliness in the long term if your skin is oily because it's dehydrated and it's just going into overdrive. I don't think that's what's happening with mine, purely because I actually moisturise all the time, every day. So yeah, I don't think that's what causes my oiliness. I think it's just genetic. My dad's got oily skin, but the fact that this is controlling it is quite nice. I wasn't expecting it to. Forehead, yeah, there you been my forehead. But yeah, so far I am pretty impressed. I would love to see somebody with dry skin's take on this, given how well it's working for me. But I don't have one of those to experiment on, so hopefully somebody else in YouTube land will review it. But I'm going to continue my wear test and we will be back later on. Right, so we are back. It is 11 o'clock, so it's been about 12 hours. So let's look at my skin. So from a distance, we're still looking pretty darn good. Done a tiny bit of touch up earlier, but nothing major. Let's zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. I've been scratching my nose. So this is the Revolution side. This is the Primark side. Maybe a tiny bit more oil breaking through there. As I said earlier, this isn't marketed as an oil control product, so actually it's done pretty darn good. My nose looks pretty evenly oily, it's just on my cheeks I feel like there's a little bit more here. Yeah, so my makeup's lasted really well. Surprising with the oil control. I think I might keep reaching for this because it's got that antioxidant benefit. I'm wondering if it'll help clear up my skin a little bit. Maybe I'll use this for the rest of the week. Come back after a few days and see if my skin's cleared up a bit, just to let you guys know about that. Because I'm wondering if this is their, you know, like the kind of dupe products sometimes. Elf have brought out like a blemish busting putty primer. I wonder if this is meant to be their kind of equivalent. So yeah, I've got a few spots anyway. They've been pretty steady, not going anywhere. So yeah, I'm going to use this for the rest of the week. We'll come back, we'll see how it is doing, if the spots have improved. But at the moment, purely as a primer, it's firmly in the goodbye category for that. But I'm just interested to see how the skincare benefits kind of play out sticking with this. So I'll be back. Right, so I am back. I've still got my breakouts. I've been using this for a week now, and I've still got breakouts, but they seem a lot fainter to me. I've not really seen any new ones. They're a bit calmer, a bit flatter, so I think there's a good chance that this is helping out my skin, which is very, very cool. Aside from that, it's still a really good primer, and it's had my foundation looking beautiful every time I've used it. So yeah, I am still firmly putting this in the goodbye category. If I see it next time I'm in Primark, I might have just a stack of these. And yeah, so if you've got any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you, and I hope you had an awesome weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!